Where are you going, actually?
Oh, we're trading in this mutated dire rat, and I hold up its head.
Is that thing from New York?
Oh, hello? Is there a bell anywhere around here?
I don't know. I don't want to touch anything.
No, neither do I.
Careful what you look at, too.
Be scarred for life after leaving here.
Welcome to Grobbin's Antiquities, home to the finest antiquities you could ever find here in Lamb's Spout. What you looking for?
I mean, if you're interested in going over to Senai, I do have a request up there at the guild.
Oh, were you the escort quest for needing guards for Senai?
Escort? I don't got no escorts.
No, I'm saying we would be the escort.
Oh, yes, I need... Wait. Hello, Foundlings, and welcome back to another episode of the Gate Chronicles. My name is Emily, and I am your host and game master for this series. And we hope you'll stick around for, forever, I guess. But also, I am joined by...
Me, Quentin Ott. I am generally the GM of the Sword Art Online Odd campaign, but here I play
Charles Smoot, 57-year-old biology teacher, born and raised in upstate New York. Given a new task, but comforted by a sentimental timepiece from home.
And I'm Jaden. I play Finevere of Veer, aspiring bard and rising seeker, as he has nowhere to go but up, according to his rank.
I mean, I could add like a down rank. You get downgraded. Do you really want that?
I assume it's technically possible, but he doesn't have much further to go down.
they revoke your Seeker's badge.
All right.
You're just so bad, you get kicked out.
Oh, like the Hero Association?
So, gentlemen, after returning from your first quest as Seekers, woo, that's very exciting, gentlemen, you took a moment to make some trades at a very odd shop, Grobbin's Antiquities, wherein you learned a bit more about a delivery request that you remember seeing at the guild for Senai. And Charles Smoot later, after translating a letter he received from Eden, received a new directive and a new lead also directing him to Senai. It seems as though the group may be making their way over there. But first, how to get there. So, it is essentially the next day. However, I would like to discuss something with you, gentlemen, before we move on. This is an opportunity for you guys to have some actual downtime where you may prepare yourselves for the next venture that is ahead. You are welcome to move about the cabin and tell me what it is that you want to do. I will share with you that there are several options. You'll have essentially this day for interactions if you choose to do so, but over the course of several weeks, you may perform any of the regular downtime functions, such as retraining, training, etc., making money. Yes, and actually there is a way for you to make money while we go about on downtime. If you elect to linger about this City of Lamb's Respite, this base, for several weeks or a week or so, you can complete minor quests on the side and earn coin by rolling your Seeker profession, which you have earned by becoming Seekers. You should have one rank in it, and essentially you would be rolling for weekly income as you would on any profession with your Seeker profession. In general, with minor quests as a Steel Seeker, and just so you guys are aware, you guys are able to complete quests of D rank or lower, and the lowest being F. Thus far, I have not added anything else, so you can complete quests of D rank or lower, and these quests typically take anywhere from 1 to 2 days. You will learn as you go, and you complete these quests over the course of several days. Each of these D rank and lower quests, they give you a certain number of points, which goes towards your Seeker rank. Unlike the initiation, which was very partial and based upon your judge, who was rating you guys, this is an impartial process which divides points evenly among group members. Typically for D-graded quests provide about 20 points, which are divided evenly among party members. So the fewer party members you have, the more points you get and the higher you can move faster. And then essentially at lower graded quests, there are fewer points because they're much simpler and quicker to do. Yes.
How many points do we need to ascend to the next rank?
Well, so this is the thing. With the Seeker board, the numbers are very volatile. So if you don't complete quests frequently enough, your numbers may actually decrease as other people push past you. You guys are competing essentially with other Seekers for the next rank up. For example, with Charles Smoot and Finavir, Kelsey, and Cece, you guys completing the rodent quest, the extermination quest, would have earned the 20 points, and that would have been divided between all 4 of you, which would have increased your rank by about 5 points. And occasionally, day by day, you'll see that number sort of fluctuate. Charles Smoot, you started at 33, I believe? You're not sure? Okay, and then Finavir, you started at 67, which was like one of the higher numbers, or lower numbers, really.
Thank you.
It wasn't a good number. So your rank improved by 5 points, so you went up a little bit.
What do we need to do to get to the next rank of Seeker, meaning going from steel to silver?
You have to become number 1. Or rather, you have to reach the top 5 ranks in the guild in order to move up.
At any given day or at any given month?
Really, any given day. If you reach the top 5, you are eligible to take a different type of trial to graduate to the next Seeker rank. But in addition to completing quests over the period of time, there are also several boons that you may earn by working with the base at Lamb's Respite at the Keep. Working in the archive for about a week, following the, we'll just say it's the training/retraining rules. So you have to spend 8 hours a day for 5 days to earn this. So you would spend weekly. But for example, with the archive, if you're untrained already, you gain 1 rank in Knowledge Arcana. Working directly with the local reliquary, you can gain 1 rank if untrained in Use Magic Device. If you work with the Alchemist, I'm going to give you Knowledge Nature as a +1 circumstance bonus to identify plants in the region. If you go down to the Warrens, where the rabbits are, you can earn 1 rank if untrained on your Handle Animal. The Med Bay, you can actually earn your Heal skill, 1 rank if untrained, and these are all free bonuses, so you don't have to retrain them. It's just a free boon that you get. And specifically, if you use the training grounds at Lamb's Respite and you train with pretty much any of the higher ranked Seekers, you get the boon of a favored terrain, as in the Ranger class feature, and the specific, especially because of how Lamb's Respite is set up and also how the ruins were set up, you would gain mountains as your favored terrain. But these would all require you to spend a week of training in each of them. So choose wisely if you decide to do so. And if there's anything else that you would choose to do, you must basically let me know. But on those days that you would have off, on like the extra 2 days, you could be completing some of the minor quests.
So yeah, there's some like immediate things that Finn would like to do, which the needs shopping and the wants shopping.
Well, do we want to
reconvene in the morning?
Reconvene in the morning as our characters discussed at the end of the last episode, and then we can then take downtime once we've earned a straight trajectory of what we're doing. All right. Waking up this fine morning, Charles Smoot, somewhat eager to get to action with his new directive, but also somewhat calmed now as his timepiece is working, and it is a constant reminder that he has a piece of home still with him. And now it feels as if time is no longer slipping through his grasp, as he's able to keep track of it more. He would wind it each and every morning quite religiously, making sure that it is well kept in good condition. But he would wake up bright and early and make his way down to the cafeteria.
Okay. Charles Smoot, you make your way down to the cafeteria. Finavir, you do your regular morning ritual, I assume?
Yes. Taking time to maintain appearances, a daily checkup on Isabel's demeanor, see if she's playing nice with the gnome.
Finavir, as you look in your pouch, your bandolier, which you take off when you sleep because it's very uncomfortable if you do, you notice that Isabel is not actually in the pouch, nor is the gnome, wherever you were keeping him. He's not where he was.
I frantically search the room. I'll make sure that I didn't misplace it.
Okay.
You want me to roll perception for that?
Sure.
And as Finn has leveled up, I get one more to perception. 27!
Okay. You look around the room frantically, but you're unable to find them. You actually open the door into the hallway and you see the gnome is standing outside the door and Isabel's laying on the ground.
I pick them both up. How is she feeling as she does...
She feels like
changes,
a doll.
She changes her facial expressions. What do I got, sense mode of the doll?
She appears as she usually does.
She's typically been smiling. So if that means what I think it does, then she's still smiling. Well, I see you found a friend. But you worry. I'll bring it back in before I start talking. Well, I'll start the talking before I close the door.
You catch the vision, like the glance of somebody kind of looking at you as they walk by.
Pause speech, close door after realizing mistake, then continue speech. Don't worry me like that. If you can get grumpy about abandonment, so can I. You're on thin ice, young lady. What are you doing moving around? Are you magic too? Also said to do this. I go to rub his head because that's what I was instructed to do. See if it... I don't know if I'll ever be able to determine that way, but this is what I was told to do. So I'll do it as a ritual until...
How many times do you rub its head?
Just like, as one would be, if you're trying to clean the smudge off a lamp.
3 times. Circular motion. Got it. For some reason, you yourself just feel a little bit peppier.
It's at least a motivational booster.
Maybe it's the psychosomatic description that really made you feel that way, or maybe it's the effect of the gnome, but you're not sure.
I don't know. He will still consider the purchase a good one, and he'll keep trying it to see if it works.
Okay. All right. So where you put them back on your person?
Yes. I organize the backpack as well as possible to evenly distribute weight.
Okay. Where do you put the gnome?
I would cushion him in between the blankets. In the I guess he'll be in the midsection.
Okay. And then you put Isabel back in your...
Oh, yeah, no. Isabel gets front row seat.
Okay.
If the gnome was smaller, maybe.
Just taking up one of those 8 pouches you got. Snaps, whatever they are. All right, and then you head downstairs, meeting up with everyone else who seems to be just enjoying themselves, waiting for you.
Oh, it's about time you caught up. What were you doing, lollygagging?
Well, just had a bit of a spook. No need to go into too much detail.
Well, hurry up. We got breakfast.
Oh, fantastic.
The most important meal of the day, because that's the only time they serve bacon.
They have so much bacon.
I'll reach over and snag some of Smoot's bacon.
Do you let him snag the bacon?
Am I fast enough to stop him is the real question.
That's a reflex, if you really want to grab it that fast.
Is this a opposed roll, or...?
Sure. Opposing.
Fight me. Roll initiative.
That's an 11.
Charles Smoot's reflex of 21.
Oh, yeah, no. Finavir, as you reach over to grab for this bacon...
Smack his hand so quick.
He smacks your hand.
Get your own. This was paid for.
I forgot. Sorry, not to offend your American gods.
That's what I thought.
You see as Cece pulls her plate closer and seems to, cover it with her body.
That's right, Sissy. You gotta protect your food. Apparently, there's thieves in our midst.
And actually, as you're saying this, John walks over and he sits down with his own plate. Good morning.
Morning, John. Welcome.
I figured I'd join y'all since you seem to be good friends with Brunhilde here.
Practically family.
At least, that's what the title she gave us on this room.
She's eating her food, but she smiles a little bit and looks up, and she's got food all over her face.
We could be related.
John actually passes her a handkerchief, though. A lady should really take care of her appearance.
Well, No, honestly, I feel like we need to find David.
Really?
Whatever decisions that we make, it may impact him. I mean, he had interest in the Merchant Society, as well as I know you did as well. And Grobbin suggested that there's this quest to go to Senai, so perhaps we take him up on that offer.
Yeah, in like a month and a half or so.
I'm pretty sure he said the goods needed to be delivered there by a month and a half. How long's the trek to Senai?
John speaks up. I mean, if you're going there by mount, it's a brisk 21 days.
So we only have a month and a half, then we are literally like 21 days.
So you are thinking about going to Senai?
Well, there's a quest for it, you know, so might as well.
I mean, I heard there are several other places that I could learn more about the Merchants Guild, but it was on the list of potential places.
Any reasons we shouldn't, John?
He sort of leans back and crosses his arms, tilting his head and looking over at Cece. Well, there are a few reasons I could think of, but...
I will give him the most I'm all ears looking expression I can muster.
Please do tell.
He gestures with his head towards Cece.
What about her?
And then he covers his face, concerned by the fact that you didn't understand.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Is she not allowed to leave? Sir, is she just trapped in this city now? Slightly larger cage instead of the small house in the other town?
She puts down her fork.
To be fair, Molly did say I had to... Amali's not back yet, though.
How long is he normally gone for?
Oh, you said it could be 3 months or more or something.
3 months or more? Well, it's only a month and a half round trip from Senai.
Is that what he said? Oh, then we got plenty of time, Uncle John. He won't even know that we're gone.
He seems to be thoughtful momentarily.
Also, John, if you're so worried about her, you could chaperone. Then, technically, she is with who Amali left her with. Still you.
I suppose this would be an option in general. He seems to smirk a little bit. Fine. We can go to Senai. But I will not be helping you on your quest. That wouldn't be fair after all.
Fine. More seeker points for me, then.
It's just a business trip for me.
Speaking of business trips, where would one procure a wagon?
Oh, gosh. Okay. Time to go down this rabbit hole. We'll see where it goes.
Okay.
Well, you know, passengers of an escort.
No, you're not.
Passengers of an escort do typically pay. If there was no intention of pulling any weight, I'm sure we could cut you in for a discounted fee.
He glares at you. Are you trying to intimidate me into paying you?
Far from it. I merely jest.
He leers at you. Oh, my lad.
You'll be more than welcome.
Well,
So, when to leave? I don't want to leave too soon, but we don't want to give ourselves too few.
Well, you all figure this out. I've got some things I need to attend to.
Well, we should find David if we are intending on leaving, see if he has a time frame. Also, there are a couple of ducks we need to get in a row. I guess we're going to be going back to Grobbin's to inform him that we are actually taking this. And moreover, like I said, we're probably going to need to procure a wagon. So,
I've always wanted a wagon.
I know. So, I mean, you just got all that fancy money from the last quest we completed. You could make that investment for yourself.
Cece looks very excited.
Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. We go to a new place and... Oh, wow. This is the most adventure I've gotten in a long time. Oh, yes, more adventures. All right. This time we're going to be prepared. We're going to have adventure stuff with us.
Exactly.
Gear.
We're going to
And
plan.
healing potions.
We're going to plan. We're going to prepare. We're going to train for this. We're going to get ready. We're going to get pumped.
Okay. So, we need the quest, right?
Yes. Is it still on the quest board?
She gets up from the table and runs over, and then comes running back.
No, it's not.
Yanrol had the paper last.
Oh, that's right. We gave it to him. What if they took it already and went on it?
We will fight him.
Well,
That means we'd have to catch up to them. What if they left already?
No. They couldn't have left because we just met Grobbin yesterday. Wait, what? He said he hasn't had the wares delivered yet.
Okay, so here's what we need to do. We need to hold up the old man, who is what is he?
He's crippled at this point. He couldn't have gotten far.
We need to hold up the cripple.
Exactly.
All right, let's go find him.
If the quest is gone, we can look for another. I'm sure there are plenty of people trying to get up to Senai.
Possibly. Wait, is there really only one quest voucher? Can we just go to the front desk and see if they have another one?
I guess. I've never tried. I've never really had to do this before.
Well, then perhaps this is a great opportunity. If you don't mind, you could go to the front desk and ask for us.
I'll come with you. Why not?
I was going to say, you're trying to get me to do all the work, aren't you, Mr. Finavir? I'm the one who recommended it in the first place.
I feel like that means you're entitled to some of his secret points.
Oh, I wonder if I could ask them for that. Then we can downgrade him.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to check my numbers now.
I don't have that far to go.
So she runs off, and Finavir, you stay at the table while Charles Smoot gets up, and Kelsey also gets up from the table, seemingly to go check on her points.
Benniver will try to stop Kelsey just for a moment.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Yes?
I'm sorry for yesterday. I don't mean to make you uncomfortable.
You don't make me uncomfortable, Mr. Finavir. You're fine. And she begins walking away before you say thank you.
Fair enough.
Smoot will be waiting in the helpline,
Okay, I'm going to roll for
the
this.
information desk.
It's early enough in the morning that it's not ridiculously long, but
27 minutes later.
I'm going to roll a d20 for your minutes.
Crit fail.
7 minutes pass. Okay, let me get to the...
Hoomst.
You see one of the twins standing at the reception desk. Her hair is parted to the right.
Hello. Welcome to the reception desk. It's nice to see you all again. How can I help you?
Hi, Nora. I was wondering whether or not we could, if there are any spare sheets for the quest board, or is there like only one to go around?
There is only one.
Can I accept a quest I don't have the sheet for?
No.
All right, I gotta go find a cripple and beat him up.
She looks very confused.
What quest is it that you're looking for exactly? Is there any way I can help you with that?
Oh, yeah. The quest that Grobbin from Grobbin's Antiquities posted, where he needed some seekers to escort him to Senai.
I see. Yes, I believe that they inquired about this the other day, and they're actually in need of several party members to actually pick up the quest.
What do you mean by that? Wasn't it still a D-ranked quest?
No, actually, because we unfortunately have been short-staffed on silver rank seekers, so technically it is a C rank quest.
Whoa.
Some exceptions have been made, and therefore there is a requirement for a number of steel seekers in order to go on the quest, just in case, so you don't die.
Fair enough. So how many do they need?
6, and it must involve other seekers. Of varying levels, if you so choose, but perhaps the, what do they call themselves, the Fairland Trio would be willing to accept your party.
How do we put in a request, or do we have to find them directly?
Well, you could put in a request, but we have found that if you communicate with other party members or other seekers, that happens to be the best form of communication. Otherwise, sometimes, Zora might come across a little bit harsh, and I get too excited and I might mess up your names. That's how there's this one group that ended up with a completely wrong party member, and, well, the wrong person graduated into the next level. I was yelled at for that.
And if you happen to have the information, and was there a monetary value reward associated with it as well?
Oh, yes, of course. I believe, let me double check that one. Grobbin was offering a very substantial reward of 6,000 silver. Of course, divided among 6 party members, if you so choose to do so. It only leaves you with 1,000. However, it's much more than you would be paid for doing a regular quest. As I said, there has been exceptions made for this one in particular. It could be particularly dangerous, seeing as there have been a lot more bandits on the road.
I can only hope. I have a very firm business model when it comes to bandits.
She looks at you, not sure what you mean.
It's a 2-step program. Get mugged. Profit.
She looks even more confused. And, well, Kelsey walks up behind you as you say this, and then she just laughs out loud. I'm sorry, that was... it's accurate.
All right, well, I feel like it's pretty clear what we need to do. We need to find the Fairland Trio.
I believe it was actually the Fairland Trio. I think it's a combination of all of their names.
Well, Do you know where they might be at any given time?
Well, I believe that...
Yanral probably is still needing medical assistance. Is he in, like, rehabilitation or anything?
I believe that he is... I'm not supposed to be disclosing this. I'm sorry. I just realized. However, I can share with you, they are on a quest temporarily. They are on a low-rank quest, so they should be back within a day or so.
Fine.
You can roll diplomacy if you would like to convince her to give you more information.
Benavir, you're good with the ladies.
I'm not there.
Benavir's not there.
Dang. Oh, Nora. Wonderful weather we're having here. No? It's just person to person. Like, you know how, these low rank quests where they come in, where they go in, quest, keep and everything.
What was your diplomacy?
Total 17 for Charles Smoot.
She seems somewhat confused. I'm putting you a negative for those really awkward statements, FYI. That made it so much worse.
These low rank quests, where are they coming? Where are they going?
I mean, the low rank quests typically come from the community members of Lamb's Respite, and the higher rank quest might come from outside of Lamb's Respite.
But you know, like maybe the ones the Fae Ireland and the trio and everything. Like, you know, where are they coming? Where are they coming from? You know.
Are you asking where they are still?
No. I'm asking what quest they're on, out of curiosity.
I unfortunately am not. I am legally not allowed to share that information.
Dang it!
All right, I storm off. But as I do, I will turn around and wave and smile and say,
Thank you, Nora.
She blushes slightly, like in embarrassment and confusion about what just happened. And Kelsey follows up behind you. What was that?
What do you mean?
I couldn't tell. Were you flirting?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm legally obligated to not do that. I'm sure that breaks so many types of laws.
I really hope so, because that made me so uncomfortable.
What do you mean? I just talked about the weather, talked about, like, work. It was small talk.
Mr. Smoot, I would like you to understand that,
I have not gone on a date in 27 years.
So you were flirting.
No, I'm just saying I don't really know how to work around with people. Finavir has a lot more experience with this.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
That's a good point. All right, well, regardless, we need to find everyone, and then when everyone is now including Veyron and Phelan and Yanral and all that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, Finavir basically just said, I'm sorry if you don't like me or something. I'm like, I don't understand what he's saying. And then she goes off on this whole tangent about what Finavir was talking about. She did not understand at all.
Oh, don't worry. Smoot is tuning it out. He's doing the standard maneuver.
Yep. Yeah, totally.
You hear,
I agree.
as you're walking by Cece, say,
Hooray!
Hooray. What'd you find out, Cece?
She just walks away and starts walking towards the exit.
No.
Smoot will run after her, trying to catch up and get her attention.
Okay, you get her attention.
What do you mean, hooray?
Oh, well, I mean, we're moving up in the ranks, and I am much higher now.
Oh, okay. We need to find Valen, Feyrin, and Yanral. No, that's not how it's gonna. They're not here right now.
Well, that was the fastest way to find them, and
I don't think it is.
I don't understand what you want me to do.
Where's Finavir, anyways?
She looks around.
I don't know. You're the one that left him.
All right, I'm gonna try the CC tactic of finding people. Finavir!
Finavir, you hear him shout literally from about 100 feet away.
Finavir would have been making casual conversation with whoever's nearby, and then, oh, I hear the cry of the great doo-doo bird. I must fly.
You say this, and the person that you're talking to was actually somebody that you were discussing possibly retraining, like, to strengthen yourself. As you say that, they look at you. And he's just like,
Oh, it's an inside joke.
I'll see you later then.
Thank you for your time. I'll just fly off into the...
You fly off.
As he's been called by the great doo-doo bird.
Okay, so you guys are going to attempt to try and find the Vave Fairland trio, or the duo, or the singular Yanral.
Well, we want to talk to David first.
Okay, well, you kind of said finding those three, but if you want to find David, sure, you guys go, and you do find him. He has actually just been waiting for you guys at the inn.
Leora's Restful Inn.
Yes. You all took so long to get here. I have played over 60 card games, and we're not going to talk about how much I have earned.
Oh, no, I want to know how much you earn.
He pulls out a gold coin.
Whoa.
Finavir does like a soft wheeze.
Yeah, indeed.
I've never actually seen one.
Well, good, then you can pay for your fare, because we're going to Senai.
Wait, what? Why are we leaving? Already?
Well,
Oh, Mr. Smoot with the jokes.
okay, we're not leaving yet, but there's a big but, and it's not mine this time, okay? There is a quest which pays quite handsomely to escort a merchant to Senai, and David, since I know you had interest in going to Senai and potentially joining the Merchants Association, we would be willing to escort you as well.
Interesting. So, we would be going to Senai exactly when, though?
That is unclear, because technically we still have not been able to accept the quest yet.
Okay. So, when you find out when we are going...
I will know. I do know that it has to be done. We have to leave in, at the latest, 1 month.
All right.
Preferably sooner, but we'll see how things go.
All right. Let me know when we are leaving, and I will be ready. I have a few trades I need to finish up here. But I think this would be an adventure that I can at least go on. Aside from all of your business that you have been doing, I'm actually surprised at Finavir that you have been able to, well, let's just say I thought you and I were more similar.
I always do find a kindred spirit with you. Oh, there's something I forgot.
That's kind of romantic.
I'll dig through the bag and take out the cloth that has the rock wrapped around it.
Okay.
Or sorry, but the cloth wrapped around the rock.
Okay.
Check this out. And I roll it out.
It's a rock.
I was about to say, that is a rock with holes in it. Oh, is it coral?
It's a holy rock.
Did it have holes in it before?
Yes.
It's pitted. It has pits, holes.
All right. It's a rock from the sky. It came down and crashed into a wheat field that we were passing by.
He means a meteorite, David.
Oh no, I understood. I couldn't think of the word in English. Okay, so is that a unique thing?
I mean, would I know?
I mean, I guess back then it would have been unique too. Back then. Back when? I guess that is closer. Or back where? Back where?
Yeah, I've got one too. They're kind of surprisingly light.
I mean, like coal?
Take a look at it. Your as fine as appraisal as your appraisal is as good as mine.
I'd hand him mine as well.
He looks at you both. What do you guys think I am? I do not do anything. These are black rocks. This is basically coal to me.
David, we're going to be gone today. We're going to be securing this quest. You have a job.
Are they at least magnetic?
Upscale.
He tries to click them together. Okay, no magnetism. I don't know what you want from me with these.
Upscale.
Well,
No, you upscale. This is my money.
We're giving you the rocks for free.
I don't want them.
Oh, well, fine. I'll take my rock back.
okay. My thought was that especially when you're dealing with a business of trinkets, the story is worth about as much, if not more, than the product.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that it comes from the sky, like in our modern day, actual meteorite sells for a ridiculous sum more than the actual components it's made of, which is usually just hodgepodge metal.
You're beginning to suspect that for some reason, nobody really wants these.
Okay.
For some reason, it's odd.
Okay.
David doesn't want them more particularly because he does not know exactly what to do with them. He can sell things that look nice and shiny, like a paperclip.
All right. I need to add one more thing to my list of things to do, and I think I get the picture. I'll try one more thing, and then I'll probably abandon it.
Okay.
With that, yeah, I was about to say, you want to go try and see if the blacksmith would take this as a ore?
Yeah, we got to do the priority jobs first.
Let's do a bit of a time skip. At some point, you will run into Valen and Farron. Let's just discuss what you guys do for the first week, and then I'll let you know what happens or what is able to happen.
Okay. Priority is prep, as Kelsey mentioned. We need to do this seriously. However, I do want to kind of put a final pin in this whole meteorite thing and surprisingly light material. I suppose Smoot and I would go together to the blacksmith.
Indeed, as I am also kind of invested in this.
And I want to see if it's a material he can work with. Ideally, I don't really know how much usable material it is. I don't know if it compresses. To see what he thinks, maybe if it is a metal, perhaps either A, dagger, or B, tips for arrows.
So you take this to the blacksmith, and he observes these pieces, but he looks at you and sort of shakes his head and informs you that apparently they have attempted at heating these rocks. They do appear to be some type of ore that could be used, but unfortunately with the forge that he has currently, he is unable to get them hot enough to melt. He suggests a smelter who is in Senai, since it appears that in Senai they very much specialize in ores and valuable stones, as they are situated on a large mine in the mountains. Actually, Mount Senai, to be specific.
All right. That's very informative. In that case, I will thank him for his time. Do we have enough to get that sword? No. He just shakes his head. No, we don't.
Not even close. Okay, we are somewhat close. We are still only about halfway there.
Yeah, but we need to get a carriage first.
All right, well, what I'm hoping is that Valen, Perrin, Yanral already have one. However,
Also, don't forget about your poor elk who's been at the stables.
I want to check on Cerulean. That's
Okay.
part of what I would do during my downtime as well.
Okay, you have a bit of a fee since you haven't been back for a few
understand.
days.
I get it.
It's about 50 silver.
Yeah. Trying to gouge me on prices?
I'm sorry, sir, you didn't come back for a few days, and honestly, we thought about selling the creature.
Selling him?
Well,
You'd only cover the fee. I paid 50 silver for one.
we consider animals abandoned if the owner does not return for them within 4 days.
Fine. Is there anywhere with a secret guild where we can keep animals?
This is where you would keep them.
And you're gonna gouge me these prices when I'm a full seeker? Oh, goodness gracious. Guess I'll keep them with me and I'll sleep in my room.
Yeah. You attempt to bring Cerulean up to
Absolutely.
sleep. Yes. You get shoot out so fast by Zora.
Well, Zora, what do you want me to do with him?
That is not allowed in this place. That is an animal. They belong outside, down at the stables.
We're all animals. Well, you don't charge me for sleeping here. Why does he get charged for sleeping?
He is not a seeker.
I don't like this logic. What about the rabbits down in Rabbit's Den?
They're in their warren.
Correct. So do they get charged for being in their warren?
I so speak cursed upon you. Take that back.
Rabble.
Okay.
I will utilize my connections.
You have connections?
Yes, I do.
Who?
What do you mean? I know someone who owns a farm.
You take him to Jake's?
I want to see if I can get cheaper lodging.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm kidding. No, that would be such a waste. Well, he might. Actually, I kind of do want to, because I did want to look and see if I could find any more of the space rocks in the field.
Okay. So let's just clarify. Let's get down what you do during the week, because now we're going way too blow by blow.
During the week that we are waiting to meet up and confirm that we are traveling with the Farin, Baron, Yanral trio.
Vey Farrellin.
Yeah. Smoot would be prepping. I would like to purchase a bastard sword, trading in my greatsword for a bastard sword.
Okay. I will give you the equivalent, the half of the equivalent value of your greatsword as per Pathfinder values, and then you are able to purchase the bastard sword at a 10% discount.
That would actually basically be a 1-for-1 trade.
Okay.
So that works.
Subtract the coinage that has to be subtracted as needed.
50 at half, 25 compared to 35 at a 10% discount. I have to pay him like 7 silver.
There you go. Thank you for writing that down. I know math that math didn't sound exactly right, but just do it.
It sounded like you tipped him, but I guess that's good for business.
This is good for business.
That's why he gives some extra discounts then.
I would try and see if I could find cheaper stabling for my dear Cerulean, as I have a friend in Gate Chronicles. And as I am passing his fields, I would attempt to see if I can pick up any more of these meteorites.
You find 7 more of these small meteorite rocks, and then you go to Jake Tarnish's farm and request if he would be willing to stable your elk for a period of time. He gets very upset with you.
I just knew you had a farm, and I was just like, I can pay you, and he's just got an elk.
Why are you coming back here? I didn't ask you to come back here.
Well, no, I figured you own a farm and you have a stable, and you can make a little bit of extra money just watching after a perfectly good elk. I mean, look at him; he's such a good boy.
Cerulean eeps.
How are you going to say no to that?
He'll take him, but only for a few days.
Oh, I appreciate it so much.
He doesn't even charge you. Okay, so you spend most of your time. I'm going to say that is your time.
Yeah.
Because
For the week.
That's a lot. Finnevier, what do you do for your first week?
I would like to put together an excess bag for my material components.
Are you trying to sell all those individual items?
Ooh, I'm trying to put stuff I can't even fit in my bandolier. I want extras of this stuff because we're going on a 21-day trip and I run out of gloves. So that means prestidigitation is for telekinesis is
Okay,
out
let me
of there.
clarify. Is this something you already have, or is this something you want to purchase?
I need to purchase
Okay, that's all
extras. I have enough to get by, but my gloves are already starting to get holes in them because of use, because of equivalent exchange.
Just list off what it is that you're trying to get. If it's like 20 things, that's a lot. Just list off the things that are way too like uncommon.
Oh, okay. So it would be like matches, gloves. I had like 4 spools of thread. I don't know what I'm down
There's
to.
a haberdashery in town that you're able to go to. They have most of those things, although their prices are not exactly the best. You do find some of this stuff that's off-brand that already has holes in it at Grobbin's for a discounted 20% off of the original price.
I wouldn't imagine it'd be too hard to find sand. Well, I guess fine sand would need to be ground.
You're not in an area where sand is common. You're not near water.
Then perhaps I buy my own mortar and pestle and take time.
You can buy a mortar and pestle from the alchemist, which you're able to do. That is £5, I believe, for a mortar and pestle, if I'm correct.
Fair enough. Which means I can make as much fine sand as I need. I think the most difficult thing to get would be like copper wire.
Yeah.
And mirrors, but apparently those aren't too uncommon.
They're mostly shoddy mirrors. The ones that you got were pretty antiquated. They're not really they're not perfect mirrors. They're reflective material basically.
Okay.
But they function the same.
All right. Well, I'd like to get a total of 8 of them. That should probably last me the trip.
Okay.
You want me to go over the specifics and cost of everything right now?
No.
Total it up in your own.
Okay. Then on to the other things. See if I can find something to help me carry more weight, like the muleback cords.
That I definitely would say is not in this city. I've already rolled for that.
Okay, and that's out of the question. We'll say
you do have your carry-all.
I do have my carry-all, although it does seem to have trouble with certain terrain.
Yeah, it does not function well in difficult terrain. The terrain has to be smooth. It can't go... it basically needs almost a more flat surface.
Yeah, which... for alchemical needs, I am looking for healing pots and potentially, if I can find some more of the negate scent, the trail tracker.
There is none here at Ida's Herbs and Elixirs, which is the most popular apothecary in town. Healing pots?
Oh, it is short for healing potions.
She has them. She limits supply to 3 since they are extremely popular and in high demand among seekers, and because, it takes her a while to make them.
Understandable. What's her price for what kind of gain? So
she actually has the price halved down to 50 silver each. She leaves them discounted because of very poor initiates. She does have on her another elixir of vision. She has 1 scroll of keen senses, a potion of dark vision. She has 6 of them. Oil of arcane mark. She still has the capsules of Fox's Cunning, but they're very expensive at 13,000 silver. There's Oil of Keen Edge. There's Potion of Remove Disease, which are new in stock, and a Scroll of Touch of Slime.
How much are the potions of Remove Disease?
These ones are more expensive, as she has had to use some relatively difficult to get herbs. They are 750 silver each.
Dang it, and I need those.
It's the same price as the Oil of Keen Edge.
All right. How much is the plus on the Cure Light wounds? It's usually
It's a 5.
Okay. And I'd like to price out a carriage, and I think that does it for my shopping.
Okay, so for a few days, you go around resupplying your ammo and general traveling goods that you've used up. And if you wouldn't mind doing so, just subtract the appropriate amount from your silver. You do find that Grobbin seems to be selling a cart and a wagon. The cart is able to carry up to 300 pounds of cargo and looks like it needs to be pulled by 2 medium-sized creature or 1 large creature. The wagon, on the other hand, is far more sturdy in appearance and is able to carry up to 1,000 pounds and can be pulled by 4 medium creatures or 1 large creature.
What is the general condition of it?
The wagon looks like it might need some minor repairs, and it also appears to be heavily discounted.
Okay.
The cart itself is 15 silver, as it is a relatively common item in the town, since you see a lot of people in the lower districts sort of pulling that and moving around their day-to-day items. The wagon, however, is 50 silver.
Can I do my lap around and can I appraise to figure out what it would take to get this to basically full quality? I'd be willing to put in the work on restoration, even if it's all my time.
You observe the wagon and notice that overall there are some minor repairs that need to be done, such as resanding the surfaces, as well as replacing a few parts of it, notably the seat, the driver's seat, which appears to have dry rotted and definitely needs to be replaced. All of it would take probably a few days and might cost no more than about 10 silver. For the cart, the wheels seem intact, all the spokes are there. It just seems that it's very old and probably needs to be refinished overall.
The cart is very cool. I only have one problem with it, and that is what happens if I want to take both of these things on a trip? What happens to the cart? I assume there's only so much room inside, and filling it with 6 people plus passenger or passengers, 2 of 8 people. Unfortunately, I'll have to pass on the cart.
Alternatively, though, Cerulean and me can pull the cart. 2 medium creatures.
Or you just purchase a large creature and Cerulean tails behind.
Or, who knows, we haven't spoken to them yet, maybe the people we're partying with have a wagon and mounts.
Yeah, which is why I have to wait to see if that's the case.
Grobbin will warn you. Well, can't say it'll be here when you get back. People are often trying to pick up these carts.
Not in that condition.
Well, I've been bit before by prematurely purchasing something and not being able to take it with me, so...
The cart bit you? Oh boy, you might want to get that checked out.
No, I got bit by some barrels.
That's even worse.
Yeah, they're heavy too.
Listen, the sin of alcoholism, man.
I'll just nod with him.
ISO's blessing on you.
And also with you. So yeah, I think that's it for my shopping. Thank you very much.
Okay. So you didn't really express you were doing anything else during the week there?
Yeah. Yes, I don't know how much time I have if I have
Okay. So you have the week. So you've already done like a day or 2 of shopping. You have 5 days where you have the opportunity to do either retraining or training in any of those things that were listed. Yes.
Would what I did count only also as my shopping days?
Oh my gosh, guys. You have been on this.
It's fine if it doesn't.
I'm going to say you can pick one thing, and you must say it. I give you 5 seconds, Quentin, to say what you do during your downtime of the week for 5 days.
I was going to retrain my feet in mounted combat, seeing it as useless, as Cerulean is not fully grown yet, and I wanted to train it in exotic weapon proficiency so that I could then use, without incurring negatives, the bastard sword which I just purchased.
Okay. You are able to find a trainer in basically the guild at the training grounds. You are going to pay the appropriate fee to retrain it. As you are already apparently trained enough to be able to use a weapon normally, they're going to request that you pay.
That's
and
fine.
You do so. All right, Jaden.
I'd like to spend some time with the reliquary and see if I can up my use magic device.
Okay, so you want to get your first trained into it.
Yeah, because I currently have no ranks.
You will be able to do so as you spend a week training at the local reliquary. All right. By the end of the first week, Poplai's caravan had headed out, and the huntsman is no longer there.
My good friend.
They took with it their myriad of trinkets and wonders. And now, over the course of the next few weeks, Kelsey recovers from her wounds, and you all have time, or rather downtime, to get some things done. But on the second day of just being by yourselves, you do run into the Vey-Fairland duo, which is really just Vey-Fair.
I would like to note,
Yes.
as you were reading the description for the caravan leaving, I had the thought that, oh no, the caravan's leaving. And you said the huntsman's leaving. You said Poplai's leaving. I'm like, no, you know what that means? That's our last opportunity to get Patrick back. But then I thought to myself, you know who's a creepy reptile-themed lady? Maybe Eden bought Patrick. Who knows? The world is our oyster.
So, you guys see as Vey and Valen and Farron actually return to the guild. You're not able to catch them directly, but you do see as they essentially move to go upstairs to their rooms. Supposedly going to maybe rest from the quest they just came back from.
Can I roll to stalk Farron? I don't want to interrupt the man.
Farron is the lady.
Sorry, then
Valen?
Valen, the male. I wish to follow the male,
I was going to
so
say.
it's less creepy. But the reason why is because I do not wish to interrupt him, as presumably he has had a long and tiresome day of questing, but I do wish to know where his room is so that I can greet him early the next morning.
You guys would like to follow after him, or would it just be Smoot? Because I know Cece would go with you in a heartbeat.
Well, Fenevir's used to talking to Farron.
Mm-hmm. Do you stalk Farron?
Stalk? No, like approach with appropriate open dialogue.
Okay, so you go up to her as she appears very tired and is heading up the stairs. Charles Smoot, you can roll your stealth.
4.
I'll tell you what happens in a moment. You actually walk past Farron, who really just ignores you. She doesn't think anything of it, and Cece's also with you. Kelsey actually seems to be out shopping on her own right now.
I will run up to her. Greetings. Like you came back from a long journey.
Hello, Finavir. It is nice to see you, I guess.
It's good to see you as well. I meant to ask if there's anything I can do for you, if you have any injuries.
I am well taken care of. I have actually been able to take care of myself.
Well, if you're not up for it now, I did want to ask a question. We can work out the details later.
She sort of grimaces at the thought, and she's just like,
Tell me your question now.
We heard that you were going on the quest to Senai and perhaps needed a few more recruits.
She looks back and forth a little warily.
Yes, there is a... We do have the quest. We have not gathered the party members yet. I'm assuming you are interested.
Yes, we are.
You're going to have to talk to Valen about that, since he is essentially he is the one in charge. I'm sorry. I am very tired. Normally, I would be in a better circumstance, but I don't know why this is what he chose. But that is what we did.
And she starts walking up the stairs, mumbling to herself.
So can I... It sounds like she doesn't want to go on this quest.
No, it sounded more like she is very tired from coming back from whatever quest they were on. They both seemed rather tired, actually.
All right, well, I'll tell her that I don't wish to bother her anymore. Please, rest up.
She waves to you as she goes up the stairs, sort of half smiling, but you can tell she appears exhausted. Like, even though they were gone for a few days, it's more than likely she did not sleep for one of them.
All right. I know he doesn't get along with Smoot, so I'll have to really pull up the schmooze meter here. You know what everyone likes when they're tired? Tall glass of juice. Is there any way I can get a pitcher of juice? A
pitcher of juice? I mean, there's the cafeteria where they have basically like cups, but if you're trying to take a pitcher, I'm going to have you roll a diplomacy because that is their kitchenware.
I have my own cookware, but
But do you have a pitcher? What kind of host would you be without a pitcher? A nice, proper, ornate glass pitcher.
No, I don't think I have that.
Oh, practically naked.
I have cookware. It just says cookware 3 pounds, and I know I have cups.
Well, that's pots and
frying
pans.
pan.
That's not a quality pitcher.
All right. I'll go into town and get a pitcher and.
Okay, so your character's going to go off and go do this. So while you do that, we'll go over there. So, Charles, you're making no effort really to hide your presence.
I always wanted to be James Bond.
And you just hear behind you,
Mr. Smoot.
What?
You didn't know she was there, though.
Oh, whoa. Why are you so stealthy? Maybe my theme music must be empowering you.
You're being so loud. Honestly, he's looked back at least 6 times. I'm surprised he hasn't run. I don't think he can, though.
Well, this is perfect.
I've just been hiding in your... Not in your shadow. Well, I've been hiding in your shadow behind you this entire time, so he doesn't know I'm here.
You're not supposed to be in the guy's branch.
That's fine. Benavir came down to my branch last time. He's not supposed to be in the girls' branch then.
Oh, okay, then you take that up with him. That doesn't mean he's a good role model.
As you guys are kind of talking, you see as Valen looks back again, still walking, but he's like checking over his shoulder every few minutes now, and he's starting to walk faster.
Oh, I will keep pace with him.
Okay.
But like at a comfortable 15, 20 feet away.
Okay. He continues walking, and after a while he's still looking back, and he's going up. He goes up 5 floors.
Oh, I keep following him.
He stops about partway through the 5th floor's basically dormitory on the left side. What is it? Why are you following me?
Well, I knew you were a hotshot. I didn't think your room was going to be all the way up here, though.
He just sighs, and he turns and looks at you. And for a moment, he looks almost taken aback. Then he sort of gathers himself together. Again, why are you following me?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your evening as you seem tired, so I was just going to figure out where your room was, and then I was going to address you properly in the morning.
You just see as he sort of rolls his eyes and is just he clicks his tongue a little bit. Commoners, you know it is rude to follow someone to their room, do you not?
I thought it was also impolite to bother someone if they had a seemingly long day and were tired.
He rubs his temples, and then he gestures. Might as well come in, then.
Oh, well, if you're inviting me in, thank you.
He goes over to his room, which you now identify as being the furthest room down the hall.
On the 5th floor?
On the 5th floor.
Wowzers!
On the end. And he opens it up, and as you enter in, go ahead and make a perception check.
20 total for Charles Smoot.
Okay. Entering into the room, you see that this area is very well furnished, much better than your room. And the door even seems to have a lock on it.
This makes Smoot incredibly jealous, as anyone has the ability to just barge into his homestead.
The room is much larger than yours as well, with actually what appears to be its own separate washroom area.
Wow, is this what you get for being top rank in steel? I could get used to this.
And as you walk in a bit further, you see that there seems to be a wardrobe of some sort, where you see an outfit that seems a bit...
Bougie.
Bougie, indeed. Bougie would be the description. It seems brighter than the clothes that he's wearing. While remember on the initiation day, he was wearing a white and blue sort of outfit with gold trim. He's toned it down quite a bit and has been wearing something more casual. Well, come in then. Make yourself at home, I guess. He brushes past you and walks over to a wash basin of sorts, which seems to have water in it, and he starts just washing his face and his hands. So, what can I help you with?
I noticed Nora informed me that you were looking for potential party members for the quest to Senai.
He just seems to mutter under his breath something that's kind of hard to hear.
So, seeing as you have 3, you need a minimum of 6. I've got 7. Well, with me, I have 4. That would make 7. That's just easy math.
Your assumption is incorrect. Yanral will not be traveling with us.
Oh, well then you need exactly how many we have.
It would seem so. I'm sorry, I'm not attempting to be short with you. I'm just exhausted.
That's kind of why I wanted to have the conversation in the morning.
I don't think waiting till morning would help. You'd be surprised what chickens can do to a man.
Oh, those things. They're amazing. I love chickens.
He shakes his head and seems to shudder slightly. Why I must go through this, I'll never completely understand. So, he goes over to a couch, which is sitting by a fireplace that seems to already be lit. And there are several other seats nearby as well.
Smoot would sit by as he has been invited in and has been told to make himself at home.
Cece actually runs ahead of Valen and sits on the couch he was about to sit on. Anyway.
Don't mind Brunhilde. She has less manners than me. And that's saying something.
He seems to again stop for a moment, like leering, as if he seems to be confused about something, looking in Cece's direction. And he shakes his head and goes to sit down. Anyway, and he sits in the chair that's basically opposite you. It's obviously the least comfortable seats compared to the one in the center, which Cece is now lounging on.
Oh, this is great. So, Mr. Smoot, what do we say to get what we want?
Valen, would you please accept our humble request to join your party for this mission?
Finnever, you're able to find, after about 20 minutes of searching in the marketplace, a nice copper-colored, it's probably actually closer to bronze. It's colored, though. So it's got a nice stain. Yeah, it's stained to be coppery in color, but you find a nice pitcher.
All right. Would it be faster to find juice in the area I'm already in, or go back to the guild and then get it?
It's cheaper at the guild, but you could always go to the Fair Maidens if you chose to do so.
It's all the way across town. I don't have time for that.
Okay, so you run back up the stairs. It's going to take you like another 10 minutes. All right, so inside. All right, then. I'm fine if you want to join us on this quest. The question is the payment you're looking for fair and advantageous?
Oh, well, I was anticipating there being 7 people. I haven't really talked it over with my party members. We were more so trying to see exactly if we would even be able to join in the first place, and I also really hate to tell you, but from what I saw, the quest was only giving 40 total Seeker tier points, and quick math would indicate that 40 is not divisible by 6, at least not evenly.
Yes, well, the extras are typically given to the person with the highest numeric rank, or NR. I don't have any say in that, but if you're concerned, I would speak with,
Nora and Zora.
Yes, those girls.
I'm sure accommodations can be made, depending on what all is brought to the table. I didn't know if any of your members in your party already had in their possession a wagon or cart to deliver said goods in.
We do not have a wagon, but we do happen to have our own mounts.
How many mounts between will Yanrol even be using his, I guess, if he will not be leaving town?
No, he will not be needing his mount, but I cannot take it from him. It belongs to him. It has been with him for many years, and honestly, that man has such an attachment to that Equinthian. As for myself and Farron, we have one mount between us. She is not proficient with riding on her own. She usually rides with me.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we can find a way to procure a wagon somewhere in town. I have a few friends of mine who are relatively good at merchanting. I'm sure they'll be able to scrounge something up.
If you are able to provide the wagon, I can provide an extra mount.
Sounds good by me.
The question is, what kind would be preferable? He kind of seems to stretch a little bit.
How many different kinds are we talking about here? What are our options? Where I come from, normally the only mounts are horses.
That is an odd question, but I suppose for someone who is uneducated, it might be a reasonable one. There are aurochs for their durability, but they can be quite slow. Equinthians are fast but require frequent skin treatments, but they are far more preferable to the terror bird, which are highly aggressive.
Terror bird? Oh, you want to talk about chickens being evil? That sounds straight up terrifying.
Indeed. Not my preferred mount, but whatever I'm able to find must be able to pull the wagon. We'll be transporting a variety of goods, apparently.
Do you know what the total weight of it is? Or how much there is in total for cargo?
The cargo is apparently invaluable, and I was never informed of the exact weight. I was not shown it. In fact, I was barely given any information beyond. I need 6 people in order to take the quest on.
I gotta say, a lot of these quests, they seem immensely vague leading into them.
Yes, I believe they do that on purpose. Ignorance is apparently bliss at times.
I had to crawl half a mile down a tunnel to fight a diseased plague rat.
He looks you up and down and then sort of make a perception check.
Oh yeah, 25 total for Charles Smoot.
You see, kind of, sort of scoots the chair back a little bit.
Oh, that was a while ago. Don't worry about it.
That actually happened to me in real life today.
Oh, Finavir, and you finally make it back up to the keep. But you do not know where they are.
Valen, when last I spoke with Grobbin, which was only a few days ago, he said it had to be delivered at the latest in a month and a half.
Yes, we have some time. He just sighs again and just seems to rub his temples. Honestly, I'm going to need a few days to recover from the last mission we were on. And unfortunately, Yanrol will be out of commission because of your friend.
I would use that term loosely.
By your comrade.
I guess that's what he was, a comrade.
It was like a loose acquaintance who just loomed.
He was kind of like family, but like the estranged uncle kind, the black sheep.
I see. I will say I'm sorry that they have not been able to find him, at least. Truly unfortunate. He may have been quite useful for this journey. Anyway, I'm rather exhausted. Perhaps we can discuss more later.
Do you want to... We can meet up at a later date and discuss further details, but put a soft pin in it, say we'll head out in about 3 weeks, maybe a month.
No. If we were traveling simply with our mounts, yes, but since we're going by a wagon, it would take about a month.
Oh, jeez.
And that's considering travel on the main road.
I was told like 20 days.
Yes, again, if you were traveling simply by mount.
Fair enough.
You were slowed down mostly by the marshes, and then also by having to go through the hills. And in addition, the checkpoints.
Oh, jeez, well, that means we have to leave in like a week and a half.
Indeed. I believe that would be our wisest move.
Well then, I guess I'll get my crew and our affairs in order. Is there a better way to contact you other than just following you up to your room late at night?
He rubs his forehead in such frustration with that comment, thinking about the entire time you were following him, and he felt so paranoid. Yes. If you want to get in contact with me, instead of following me all the way up to my room, I would prefer if you would just leave me a message at the information desk.
Oh, well, Nora told me to find you personally.
Did she now?
Oh, she said it would be much more efficient. I suggested leaving a message at the information desk.
I see. I will have to speak with them about this. Anyway, you may leave a message for me at the information desk if you wish to contact me. Please just don't follow me here anymore.
Well, I already know where it is, so I don't need to follow you.
Let me rephrase. Do not come to my room anymore.
Oh, you'll never see me. Don't worry.
So, just to put it out there, my way of locating them, you'll have to tell me, did I see Smoot walk off with his unsneakily sneak when we split?
I mean, you saw him go up the stairs as you stopped
No
there.
idea.
They did pass us, that's right.
Mhm.
You have no idea what floor we ended on.
You're correct. I'd have to try all of them and look for and listen for someone who basically shouts when he whispers.
It would take you a very long while, probably. And
Well past the ending of this conversation.
I know you'll probably
What
see
if
him as he
I-
comes down.
What if I use perhaps a knowledge check to determine where silver rank might stay?
He's not
He's
silver
not
rank.
silver. He's just he's first ranked steel, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. As far as you're aware.
Then the last time I saw his ranking first rank steel.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a check I can make for that?
Knowledge seeker? Profession
There's
seeker,
no
sorry.
knowledge.
Sorry, profession seeker maybe?
Typically professions aren't made to use it. It would be
No,
closer
you can-
to
No. You can absolutely use professions to make a knowledge about your trade.
You
yes,
could.
but it's not the same. It's more about what his character would know about the tradition or etc. of the area.
Knowledge local.
So you would be rolling a knowledge local.
21.
From what you can think, you are not exactly sure which floor necessarily, but you think that perhaps since there's only about 60 something or maybe 70 odd people in the steel rank, and that each floor has left to right essentially 12 rooms on either side of like the hallway, and then on the other side there's 12, so it's a total of
48.
48 rooms on each floor. You think maybe he's on the second floor
Well,
based on the knowledge that you have and your assumption, and kind of like what you've seen, since you've seen a few of the other high ranks kind of go up maybe to a second floor, but you really haven't explored up there much.
okay. Well, you let me know if I ever bump into Smoot or something else.
I will.
Well, I'll just leave a message with you at the information desk once we acquire a wagon, and we can start settling out a more definitive departure date.
And with that, Smoot would attempt to leave.
Okay, so Charles Smoot, you get up and begin to leave the room. Cece kind of lounges for a moment.
Ah, this is so comfortable. Okay, all right. It was nice to see you.
Valen,
Valen! Yes!
He sort of chuckles. Yes, I'm sorry. Do I? He stops himself before going further. Never mind. Have a good day. Cece hops off the couch and runs after you, and you guys begin heading downstairs. Benavir, are you doing anything to try and maybe locate him besides listening, or is it just looking around?
Is there anything that Finn would know to do that I wouldn't?
I mean, normally you have listened for him being loud, but I don't know if you would call for him or not.
Knock on doors like you did with Brunhilde.
Yeah, knocking on doors. One
Yeah,
by
but
one.
I got an approximation for that first.
Finavir, since you would be listening about, like, to each door for a few minutes, or not even minutes, but like a few seconds each, trying to hear if Charles Smoot's in there, you begin making your way away from the second floor by the time that Charles Smoot is heading down, and you think maybe you're on the wrong floor, so you go up. And eventually you guys do meet in the middle.
Ah,
You have a pitcher of juice.
brought me victory refreshments.
was there victory to be had?
We've got the quest.
We got the cut. You sealed the deal?
We did with the. What was his name?
Valen,
Valen, that guy.
good news and bad news.
Good news. I think he's got a lot of money.
Oh, that guy is definitely loaded. But that's
100%.
not the point. That's not the news I'm talking about.
The other good news. The other good news is that there was a couch.
No, she's telling you all the unimportant parts.
Is it a good couch?
It was a really
Oh, it was a phenomenal couch. This is not even a question. What do you mean? He's loaded.
He actually let me lay on it and didn't complain.
I think he was too tired to argue with you.
I think he was also just a gentleman.
But that's besides all of the points I am attempting to make right now. So, between...
Mr. Smoot was really good. He behaved
Oh my
himself.
gosh, Cece, just give me 2 seconds to finish my thought. They already have mounts, which means all we realistically need to procure is a wagon to carry the cargo in.
What Mr. Smoot is trying to say is we need a thing to drag the other thing.
Well, no, we have the thing to drag the other thing. We need a thing or the thing that we have to drag and that we put things in.
Then we're this close to sealing the deal. Look, okay, so I'll have you finish this on my behalf. I'm laying down the plan while I'm fishing through the stuff.
Some people are walking by as you're like laying down your stuff, and they're just kind of like walking around you awkwardly.
Yeah, well, I assume it's a wide enough hallway.
Yeah, they're still
Okay.
having to traverse down the hallway.
Yeah, well,
That's fine.
all right. So I'm digging through my stuff. I'm like, okay, so here's the thing. Team relations are very important. As such, this Valen fellow seems to be the one who speaks for the group. Therefore, and I get out a piece of paper and I'm writing a note. Thank you so much for your cooperation. I look forward to our business venture together. With regards, Finavir Avir.
You spelled adventure wrong.
Cece just points out.
Oh, it's Thank you, CC. I like it this way.
Oh, okay. I understand. The little A's got a little squiggly at the... I thought you... It's fine. You were trying to add flavor.
Yes, I was. So I will... I have to cast Prestidigitation to cool both, and hopefully he'll get it in time.
Wait, I'm sorry. What are you
The juice.
It's
Presumably.
cooling the juice. Okay, I need to
the
clarify.
juice and one other thing.
What are you cooling?
I have 3 bottles of fine wine.
Okay.
I've been carrying them with me since episode 0.
Sounds good. You cool these things with your prestidigitation.
This is why I brought them. So I'll cool them. I'll give them the note and said, leave this outside the door. Knock. If he comes, great. If not, he'll see it in the morning.
Ooh, I can run these up. Unless you really want to take them up, that's fine. But you're an
No,
old man.
I have something else to do. There's no time to wait.
Okay, so...
I'm going to
In
bed.
fact,
Also, he said he doesn't want to see me ever again.
also, Smoot, can you take my backpack back to the room?
Okay.
Back to my room.
All
Sure.
right, so I have a mission, and I will do it. I will deliver this. All 3 of them, or just one?
Did you just do one?
Just 1 bottle of wine.
I just wanted to clarify. I'm sorry.
One bottle of fine wine. The bronze pitcher with juice. I don't know what its tastes are. And
It's like a grape
the note
juice.
card with
Okay.
fancily signed Finavir Avir.
Okay, so Cece takes the pitcher, the wine, and the card, and she begins running up the stairs with them.
Good girl. With giving them their tasks, I still have my Bandalore. I'll pop a coffee bean, cast Expeditious Retreat, and I will book it.
Okay, so you book it down the stairs.
I don't know if you know where I'm going, but I need to find out if that wagon's still available.
So Finavir, you book it down the stairs. You make it down to Grobbin's. And guess what? The wagon is still there.
Fantastic! Mr. Grobbin! Great news! I would like to procure your wagon.
Alrighty, what do you need from me? Let's see, alright, so the price for that wagon is 50 silver.
Fantastic, and you shall have it. I did want to ask, maybe perhaps you had some extra, or you knew someone who did, an extra set of wheels.
I do not have an extra set of wheels, and you'd probably have to go check around town. I'm not exactly sure about that.
Okay.
As I said, this is an antique shop.
And he just kind of like awkwardly gestures around.
Fair enough.
If you're looking for spare parts for the wagons, you might want to check over yonder. I really just don't know. I don't really go around shopping for wagons myself. I just get what people give me.
It's all right. My problem is not your problem.
As you walk in, by the way, you do notice that there is a dire rat head mounted against on a wooden frame with antlers now sticking out of it. It's priced at 100 silver.
Ooh. Phenomenal. You already got it taxidermized and set up. An excellent jackal rat?
Yes, taxidermist took care of it. Yep.
Quick work. Well, shucks. Where do I put this thing?
That's a you problem.
Well, that's a me problem.
Sold! He slaps his hand on the table. I would love to see you try and drag it out of there.
He can't.
I know! That's the funny part.
He's so excited to get it.
I ask him if I can make the repairs to it while it's here. Seeing as this,
Are you talking about you making repairs or me? Because I don't do repairs. This is an antique shop.
No, it would be me and any other hired help I would need.
As long as they don't get in the way of doing my business, since the wagon's outside, it should be fine. But if they block off customers or make this place look like God knows what.
Thinking back to like what the place actually looks like.
How does it get worse?
Exactly. He basically says, do not make the shop look like it's some kind of, shady business.
Wait. Is the wagon inside?
No, it's outside.
Outside.
Okay. Fine. Of course. If anything gets in your way, you let me know. I'll make the problem disappear.
Alrighty, sounds good. Nice doing business with you. I'll just have you sign here on this document that we are not responsible for any of the injuries that may be accrued from using this wagon.
I just make sure that the document says what it says. He says it says.
It says what it says. It says that Grobbin's Antiquities and employees, employers, etc. are not responsible for injuries basically acquired due to usage of the wagon.
Okay, fantastic. Do I get a copy of this?
They don't have copies.
Yeah, and Finnevere doesn't have a photographic memory. All right, oh well, I'll sign it and let him keep it.
All right.
Okay, and that
you
case...
own a wagon. Congratulations.
I now own a wagon. I'm going to put that in my inventory.
I fit it in my pocket.
Okay, so...
All of Jaden's dreams just came true today.
They did. Jaden, for repairs, essentially, you'll have to pay for the repairs. Basically, value of a new seat is probably like 10 silver, and then just refinishing and all that stuff is again like...
As well.
What would it take to spring for some luxury cushions?
Luxury cushions? There's actually a price list for that. We'll say 5 silver for your seating, though.
All right.
What color?
5 additional silver on top of the base price.
Okay.
He has to go somewhere to get them, though. He goes to the local haberdashery, which is a clothing store, but they do sell, like, other nice goods.
Well, if it is up to my decision, and it is, I will go with a light purple.
Okay, you go with the light purple with actually a slight golden trim to them.
Fantastic. It's just an homage to his mother's favorite flower.
Gotcha. Okay, so you do all of this. You are going to spend the silver to repair the wagon. That'll take about a week. If you hire somebody to do it, it's an extra 5 silver, but then you can spend the next week basically doing your own thing.
That sounds great. I will hire help.
Okay. So I want you guys, since you spent the first 2 days doing like your shopping stuff, the next week comes around, I'm just going to have you roll your profession seeker to see how much you earn. Because I'm going to say you probably, if you want to, you can complete one of the quests on the side.
No.
Don't tell her no, tell her numbers.
I say no.
Total for Charles Smoot, 6.
Okay. You get 60 silver.
I have a question.
Yep.
And if the answer is yes, I may forego the ability to make money and also work on the cart.
Okay.
So I don't know how much a profession sketch can go, but I do have an artistry kit, and I can buy extra materials as needed. I want to decorate the cart, make sure it's properly finished and like...
You mean craft sketch? Because you don't have profession sketch. You have
craft sketch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can decorate it. That's fine. You have stuff. You can paint it if you want. You can put sunflowers on it. You're just going to roll for how good it looks.
Okay. That sounds great.
I will say if you're doing that, that has to be done in place of doing the quests on the side. And since your character would not be participating in quests, your rank would go down.
Nah, too excited.
Okay.
Total of 12.
They look like decent sketches and like some painting. However, you're not really used to having to keep your wrists so straight and rigid most of the time, so there are a few lines that are misdrawn, kind of blended over with some light painting.
Okay, my rank was 62. You just gotta let me know what it dropped to. It went from 67 to 62.
Yeah, so you're back up to 65, or you're up to 65.
What is Charles Smoot at then?
Since you completed a low-ranking quest along with the girls, essentially. What did I say you were down to? Did you write it down?
Yes, I did write it down.
What was yours at?
I got all the way to a number.
Oh my gosh.
I got to 28th place. I was at 33, and then I moved up 5 ranks, or 5 positions.
You go down to 24.
Ooh.
Since you only earned about 60 silver, we can assume that your character did a low F grade quest.
But that's still more than all the other slackers who didn't do anything.
And I will say that if you do a quest where where everyone participates, I'll average out the value of gold to determine what rank. Okay? Sound good? Okay. So continuing, we're going to pretty much get close to finishing up. You guys need to tell me if you trained or did anything trying to earn a boon, etc.
I would love to train with the Seeker Keep and get favored terrain.
That would be the training ground specifically of Lamb's Respite.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Okay. You may do so. And you have now earned the boon from Lamb's Respite of favored terrain. This boon is only applicable for as long as you have trained here. If you train at a different Seeker base and the training grounds, your favored terrain would change. I think that is fair to say.
Very. I will make note that I do recall that Jake Tarnish still has my elk, and I would put the finances from the low-grade Seeker quest that I completed to pay for whatever necessary lodging, and make sure that I spend plenty of time with my growing cerulean.
Okay. Your relationship with Jake Tarnish surprisingly grows, and while you are both crotchety old men, you kind of just have this moment where you both have discovered that you enjoy sitting and just watching the sunset. Okay. Finavir Veer, what about yourself? Oh, also, I would like to indicate that your Ranger class feature bonus level is considered just to be 1. It does not increase. So it's whatever level you get for your regular first favorite terrain at. So it's that level.
Do I have any time besides, like end of the day stuff if I did the painting?
I'm gonna say that's gonna take up too much time.
Yeah, that's why I thought that's why I thought you said.
No, so, I mean, I'm talking about the 5 days that you have. So it only took 2 days to do basically your sketching, painting, etc. This is the 5 days to determine if you did any retraining or anything of that time or nature. If not, you would just do general Finavir things around town.
Is it too late to try to pick up some quests? It isn't. It's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay, that's fine. In that case, I will see for 3 days if I can pick up someone to kind of give me some... I want to retrain hit dice.
Okay.
So find a martial guy.
Is it 3 days for hit dice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the hit dice, because that is not something that is offered directly by the guild, you have to pay whatever the fee is in order to get the hit dice retrained, but you are able to do so. And I think it's 1 point retraining?
1 point, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. You meet back up with the guy that you had a conversation with earlier in the week. All right?
All right.
And gentlemen, so basically the time passes. It's been about 2 weeks since Popeyes Caravan left, and you all are regathering. You managed to get the wagon all set up. And, well, Valen, as he said, provides a mount. And you guys are ready to set out whenever you feel like it. So, would you spend the rest of the half of a week, or would you just head out?
Might as well just head out, honestly. Get there sooner rather than later, right?
Okay.
The deadline, as in it has to be there, is in a month and half a week or whatever now. So if we run into any trouble in the road, some extra cushion time before we're at the absolute deadline would probably be preferred.
Was I able to find the spare wheels during the time working on the wagon and whatnot?
No, they did not have any in town. It seems like the carpenter has been out of commission for a few days. It seems that he got hit in the head by a space rock.
Oh,
no.
Did we pick that up?
No.
It was a joke, kind of.
Like, hey, by the way, the one that killed your husband, the rock, can we have it?
Oh, he's still alive. He's just
concussed.
Yeah.
Were there any associated stable fees with cerulean?
Jake only charged you the minimum for keeping an animal.
The only other thing I'm interested in leaving, except for I did specify that I wanted to get a fresh set of flowers before we leave.
You got the flowers.
Okay. And you tell me whether or not I'm even allowed to, try to identify the effect for the gnome.
No, you can't reattempt a knowledge check. If you had access to a spell like Identify or somebody else who was able to look into it, maybe, but I think you failed the last one.
Fine. Yeah, I only got 1 rank into it for a total of 6 because
your initial, because you're not allowed to reroll knowledge checks if you've already made them. You did notice occasionally, like a few days, the gnome and Isabel would be out of place, almost as if somebody was moving them around, like messing with you.
Oh yeah, my automatic assumption that it's Isabel doing things. I've seen her do, well, not seen her, but I know that she moves around She does the things. If someone wanted to mess with me, they could do it very easily.
Oddly enough, a lot of times it seemed like Isabel would end up in the fireplace.
Can I sense motive of the relationship going on here between the dolls?
What a weird question.
It is a weird question.
Gosh.
Relationship, Jaden.
Yeah, I mean, like an antagonistic one.
You can
Is
roll
there
a sense motive, I guess. I guess there's a story being told.
If there's
here.
a story being told here and a set of trends to pick up, I want to try. 23.
They seem like two. Well, one's a statue and one's a doll. It seems odd that Isabel keeps ending up in the fireplace and the gnome is looking at the body of the doll in the fireplace. But you're not really sure what's going on there. It's hard to tell what dolls and statues are thinking as inanimate objects, if they're thinking at all. It is interesting, is it not?
It is interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on these two. All right, I think I'm good.
All right, so you all get ready to head out of Lamb's Respite, beginning another journey of length. And actually, John does join up with you guys. He is riding on his own mount, traveling alongside you, and you head out of Lamb's Respite, onward to the next adventure. And that is where we're going to end off on this week's episode of the Gate Chronicles. Thank you, Foundlings, for listening to another episode of the Gate Chronicles. We're so glad that you joined us. If you've enjoyed today's episode, or the series in general, or me as a GM, please make sure you leave us a rating and a review in whatever podcast listening app that you're on, where you're able to do so. Guess what? Now you can leave ratings on Spotify. Yay! Make sure, guys, you're following us on our social media accounts, Twitter and Instagram at RollFound, to keep up to date on the latest information, as well as join us in our Discord. You can chat with us, the cast, etc., and, chill and have fun. Or if you want to support us in other ways, consider going to our website, missingroleplayerfound.com. That's missing, ROLL, playerfound.com, and pick up some merchandise where we have hats, stickers, t-shirts, and more. Or go to our Patreon and donate to the podcast monthly, where you can actually help us with the development of the show by voting in polls and reading the world lore. And yeah, that's a big help, guys. We want to give a big thank you and shout out to Will Savino with Music D20, Michael Ghelfi for letting us use their music and ambiance in today's episode. A lot of music was also used from the contents of Monumental Studios. Go check them out if you're a game master. They've got some pretty awesome pieces there. All right, that's it for me, Foundlings. We'll see you next week on the Gate Chronicles.
Bye, guys.
Bye.